Hey there. Choosing the right software can be, well, a bit overwhelming, can't it? Especially when you're trying to manage all your grants, scholarships, and awards. I'm a digital marketing associate with SmartThoughts, and we pretty much live and breathe this stuff. We help organizations like yours make these big tech decisions with total confidence. So, in this explainer, we are going to dive deep into two of the heavyweights in the grant management world, SmarterSelect and Submittable. Now, the goal here isn't to crown a winner, not at all. It's to give you the information you need to make the smartest possible choice for your association. We've got a pretty straightforward plan. We'll start with the big picture, then we'll zoom in on what makes each of these platforms unique. We'll also talk about the trade-offs, because there are always trade-offs, and finish up with the key questions you need to be asking your team. Sound good? Let's get into it. Let's be real for a second. Your standard association management system, it probably wasn't built for the nitty-gritty of grant administration. I mean, sure, it can handle a simple form, but when it comes to really managing applications, evaluations, and reporting, there's a huge gap. And that's exactly the problem these platforms are built to solve. This is where grant management software, or GMS, comes into play. You can think of it as the command center for your entire awards process. We're talking about way more than just collecting applications. This is about managing the entire life cycle, from the moment an application comes in to reporting on the impact it had. It really professionalizes the whole operation. And right away, you can see their different approaches. SmarterSelect is all about ending application chaos. Their focus is on being accessible, intuitive, and saving you a ton of administrative time. Submittable, on the other hand, talks about social impact management. They're focused on giving you the tools to manage and, really importantly, measure the impact of your programs. Okay, so we've got the high-level philosophies down. Now let's see how that actually plays out in the real world. We're going to look at the core strengths of each platform, what they really knock out of the park. And remember, this isn't about which one is better. It's about understanding what each tool is best at. So, SmarterSelect is all about speed and ease of use. I mean, getting a program up and running in 24 hours without writing any code, that's pretty amazing. Their unlimited program model is also huge for budgeting, no surprise fees. But the real game changer for a lot of folks is the scholarship matching. An applicant fills out one form and boom, they're automatically matched to every single award they qualify for. Just think of the time that saves everyone. Submittable, on the other hand, is all about power and customization. You can design these really deep, multi-stage review workflows. Need blind reviews? Weighted scoring? No problem. And you can do it all while keeping your branding front and center with their white label portal. Plus, their dashboards are fantastic for showing your board the actual return on your mission investment. All right, now for a really important part. We're not talking about flaws here. We're talking about trade-offs. Every design choice, every strength comes with a flip side. And understanding these trade-offs is absolutely critical to making the right decision for your team. So with SmarterSelect, that focus on simplicity means you might hit a ceiling if you have really complex needs. For instance, the out-of-the-box reports are great, but if your board needs a super detailed custom report, you might find yourself exporting to Excel and doing some reformatting. It's that classic trade-off. You gain ease of use, but you might give up some advanced customization. And with Submittable, all that power requires a bit more planning. Building out those super intricate conditional workflows can get tricky if you're not careful. And just like with SmarterSelect, while the high-level dashboards are excellent, you might still need to export data to really drill down into the nitty-gritty for a specific analysis. It's powerful, but it requires you to be thoughtful in how you set it up. And that's the key takeaway right here. These are not deal breakers. They're just strategic trade-offs. The best platform for you isn't the one with the longest feature list. It's the one whose strengths line up perfectly with what you need to do and whose limitations are things you can easily live with. Okay, this brings us to the most important part. It's time to turn the lens inward. Before you schedule a single demo, you and your team need to have some honest conversations. Answering these questions will point you in the right direction. First things first, your members. Is eligibility pretty simple? Like, are you a member, yes or no? Or do you have all these different tiers, chapters, and statuses that affect who can apply for what? The more complex your rules, the more robust your software needs to be. Next up, how is your association actually structured? Are you one central organization, or do you have different chapters or regional groups that need to manage their own programs, but all under one big umbrella? That's a huge consideration. And what about your events? Are your awards a separate thing, or are they a central part of your big annual conference? If you need to manage award winners as attendees or speakers at an event, that adds another layer of complexity you have to account for. And finally, the big one, data. How critical is it that all your systems talk to each other? Is a simple single sign-on good enough for you, or do you need financial data flowing back and forth automatically between your grant system and your AMS? Because, manual data entry is nobody's idea of a good time. So answering those questions probably shows you that this isn't a simple choice. There's a lot of nuance here. So what's the best way to move forward and make sure you land on the absolute right choice for your association? Let's wrap up with that. Here at SmartThoughts, my team and I have personally guided over 200 associations through this exact decision. We have been in the thick of it, and we've seen just about every scenario you can imagine. And you know what? We see the same potential pitfalls time and time again. An organization gets wowed by some cool features, but they overlook how the reporting actually works, or they underestimate the complexity of integration. And that can lead to some really costly buyer's remorse down the line. Listen, both of these platforms are excellent, truly, but the right fit for you is all in the details. A complimentary 30-minute chat with us can help you cut through all the marketing noise, really nail down your requirements, and make sure your final choice aligns with your budget, your structure, and your future. It's a small investment of time to avoid a big mistake. Thanks for watching.